Hey everyone, and I welcome you to Intellectual Mastery, the YouTube channel where we use our brains to intellectually learn and talk about the world in which we live. And I welcome all of you to the first series on the channel. This series is called How to Think About, which will be referred to as HTTA. Throughout this video, you will see what this series will have in store for you if you keep up with each video. Well, let's get started. To introduce this new series, we will need to answer a few questions. First, what will this series be about? Second, what part will I play? Third, what part will you play? Fourth, what is the approach we will use? And fifth, what is the goal of the series? Now, let's go over these questions one by one. First, what will this series be about? If you can't tell, How to Think About is exactly that, which is to first take a subject or a topic from different areas of life and reality, and second, look at the information and evidence from differing points of view, and third, come to an objective understanding of the topic. Through that process, we'll not only become intellectuals, but also honest ones as well, which I want everyone here to achieve. Next, what part will I play? Now, you may be asking yourself, who is this guy to tell us what to think? And the answer is that I am no one to tell you what to think. I am here to tell you how to think, not what to think. I will also assure you that I won't come at any of these topics like I have every answer, because I don't and I never will. I will be learning with you as the series goes on. We are in the same boat. Next, what part will you play? Even though this looks to be my series and mine alone, I want this to be your series just as much as mine. This series is for you and me to continue to keep up with and grow and learn how to be critical thinkers and intellectually honest people. So I ask you to be fair and open-minded with everything presented to you. I also ask that you don't critique my or anyone else's point of view about a subject discussed out of bad faith. If we're all good with that, then let's keep going. Next, what is the approach we will use? When it comes to the approaches of learning and studying, there are plenty to use. Depending on the topic, we will use a different approach to understand them. In practice, we will typically approach a topic from one point of view and then another to get a balanced look without any bias. Lastly, what is the goal of the series? Well, if you can probably tell by now, this goal of the series is to be an unbiased place to learn, and that's exactly how it is. I want everyone to take these topics and subjects seriously, which includes ones they may disagree with or have a hard time understanding. I see too many people belittle each other due to their own ignorance and arrogance. It's the discerning and honest people who I am here to create and foster, not the arrogant. Now that we got those first questions answered, we can start getting into what the content will include. To do that, we'll use the 5 W's, otherwise known as what, who, when, where, and why. First off, what? What areas of life will a topic come from? In our daily lives, you and I experience many different things, whether it's people, places, ourselves, and life in general. So we will pull topics from those areas that affect us, or not even at all. Next up, who? Who will this series look at? Many of us know plenty of historical and contemporary figures that have impacted us and the world. As a result, we have certain opinions on those people and how positive and negative they were or still are. So, we will take topics talking about those individuals and look at them to understand their actions and their words. Next up, when. When in history will these topics come from? Being constrained to a certain era in conversation constrains your knowledge and wisdom. Every era of history is important for us to talk about to understand why things worked or were accepted back then, but changed over time. As they say, those who fail to learn from history are doomed to repeat it. Next up, where. Where throughout the world will these topics come from? Well, everywhere. This series will touch on many areas of the world, along with topics outside of this world. Personally, I don't like having constraints when it comes to learning or talking, which is why you won't be constrained either. And lastly, why? Why are these topics important for us to talk about? As you can probably tell, these areas of life may hit close to home for many of us. So the real question is, why not talk about this? Asking important questions about important or even benign topics is how we can understand each other. Without conversation or understanding, people don't live for each other, they live in spite of each other. Now that we have defined and explained the series, I can ask you this tough question. How easily can you take in information, regardless if you disagree or agree? Now take a few seconds to think about this question by pausing the video or by just thinking about it as I move on. If you have an answer, then here's what they mean. If the answer is yes, then you already have an intellectual mind, which is great, although you are still encouraged to stay and continue on this journey with us. If the answer is no, then this is the place for you to learn, because it is a beneficial life skill to have even outside of this channel. If the answer is I don't know, that's okay. This is the place to learn. And to be honest, that is the answer I would give to this question, so don't feel bad. Because this series will be a place to become better at being objective and honest about every topic that we touch. So, join the ride. If this series is what you need or are interested in, then come on in and join us. As we talk about every topic, I encourage you to be eager to learn and be ready to accept or acknowledge the truth, even if it disagrees or contradicts what you currently believe. My goal is to provide viewers with solid questions and differing points of view in order to reach intellectual honesty. And if you're cool with that, then let us begin. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you would like to see some more, then stay tuned. Consider liking the video and subscribing down below. Hope you all have a great day, and remember, the measure of intelligence is the ability to change. Albert Einstein.